Sorry, and 6:45.
Is that the
problem for Muslims? Because that means if you take...
Is anyone timing? Only 5 minutes he's got, right? Start timing.
Listen.
Start timing. Start timing.
Practice.
He only has 5 minutes.
Listen. Which is a common thing that you do in academia.
I have to leave, guys, so
See you later.
One thing, just one thing.
You are living with your
No.
With your mouth, Jesus is Lord.
Then you go to hell. Then you go to hell. Yes, then you go to hell.
Then you will be saved.
Then you go to hell.
I thought you believed in Jesus.
Then you go to hell.
I thought you believed in Jesus.
Right. So now,
No, it's a God.
let me interrupt you for 1 second. I apologize. Why do we choose the BP from the 1950s when we talk about carbon monoxide? Why is the year 1950 chosen for BP? Do you know what BP is in relation to carbon dating?
I'm talking about the Islamic manuscript.
I am talking about the principles of carbon dating. So now, within these principles, we choose the year 1950 as a BP. Now, tell me what that means.
You haven't addressed what I've said.
Look, we are addressing how much knowledge you have on the subject matter.
I just went on and on about what the Birmingham portfolio is.
I am not talking about the Italian manuscript.
So a 19, so a 20.
Chris,
yes?
Chris, listen.
Now, I'm telling you about...
Listen, Toko.
I'm you about radio
Stop.
Birmingham portfolio.
Stop. We are talking about the principles of radiocarbon dating. So you need to know what the principles are. So let me ask you again. First question. Why did we choose the year 1950 when it comes to BP years?
What is the relevance of this?
Because that will demonstrate whether you know about carbon dating or not.
Literally just describe what it is.
Okay, tell me.
Example of it. I told you the scholarly reference of carbon dating of the Birmingham portfolio. I told
Chris,
you 18, 19, 20.
Chris,
I told you the medium reading range of that is 610. That's a scholarly average that you take. That would mean that Revelation was revealed around the same time.
Stop.
That would contradict the Islamic narrative.
Stop, Chris.
That would mean Islam is
Stop.
There. Do I need to know more? I just quoted scholarly material.
Listen,
and
Chris.
It's not enough.
Chris, and those of you listening, my specific question to someone who thinks he knows about carbon dating. My question to you.
Just debate what I'm saying. I'm not here for a lecture. I'm not here for a lecture.
I'm going to ask him. Look.
Chris, hold an argument. Respond to my argument.
Chris,
respond to my argument.
Chris, this debate, my sister in humanity, is to establish whether this gentleman called Chris knows about the subject matter.
I don't need to
Right.
go through
All right. So, my question number one, I repeat again. Why did we choose 1950 as a year, and what does BP mean?
Why is the dating of the Birmingham portfolio averaged to around 610? Why?
Okay, so he doesn't know the answer.
That's the
Right. So now, if anyone knew anything about carbon dating, they would know what BP means. Do you know what BP means?
Bro,
do you know?
I'm not here for your lecture.
Do you know what BP means?
That's
BP means.
This is an attack on character.
Oh,
I have not
I don't want you to.
Look, my character.
He's googling.
He does not know.
He's googling to tell him.
Answer my question. I told you. I spoke for a few minutes about the Birmingham.
My next question.
To address my argument.
To know whether this gentleman. Okay. The next question to understand whether he knows about carbon dating is to talk about the 1 sigma and 2 sigma variations. What are the differences between 1 sigma and 2 sigma?
I just told you, using the method of carbon dating.
What is the difference between 1 sigma and 2 sigma?
The Birmingham portfolio, which is so 18, 19,
Hello?
20.
Chris,
what
is the difference?
He knows that his scholars
What is the difference between 1 sigma and 2 sigma?
The Uthmanic Codex is completely destroyed as a narrative because of the Birmingham portfolio.
You know what, brother,
radiocarbon dating.
I think, you know what?
have a massive
you know
problem,
what?
And he won't address it because he has to attack me.
Chris,
look,
intelligent Chris.
He attacks me.
Look,
how many
I asked him
how
many questions. How many times I've asked him questions? 2 questions. In terms of understanding someone's knowledge base about radiocarbon dating, one second. The very basics of radiocarbon dating, he should know what 1 sigma.
Did you study it?
Wait,
Did you study it?
anyone,
Do you have a degree in it?
anyone, you don't need a degree or PhD.
You don't need a degree.
Do you understand? Chris.
So we're on the same level.
Listen,
right, great. Anyway,
listen.
You won't answer my question.
Chris.
You won't answer my question.
Chris, do you know what this debate is about?
Do you know what palimpsest?
No, it's about you getting off
Wait,
the topic.
do you know what this debate is about?
Do you know?
To debate for 5 minutes to demonstrate
attack
whether,
my character.
not character,
To attack my
whether
character.
you know about the subject matter.
Is an example of a fallacious
Okay,
argument.
what have I attacked him? Excuse me. What have I attacked him? What did I say about him? Each person?
Changing the subject.
Excuse me. What did I say? I am about to demonstrate whether he knows about the subject matter. Right.
What is
Okay,
a palimpsest?
brother, Jazakallah khairan. Thank you. So now, firstly,
What is a
no,
palimpsest?
it is a debate about whether you know about the subject. So
I literally just told you. I just gave you the Birmingham portfolio, discovered in 2015. Yes, it's currently hosted in Birmingham.
my final question. My final question to establish.
What's a palimpsest?
Look,
What is a palimpsest?
I'm asking. I am
You
the one
tell me.
asking.
What's a palimpsest?
Listen, Chris.
Tell me now.
No.
Let's see if you know.
The debate was me asking you questions. To establish. Right.
Answer his question.
Now hear me out.
palimpsest?
Hear me out.
What's a palimpsest?
My final question. My final. Listen.
He doesn't know the subject matter.
My final
He doesn't
question-
know what a palimpsest is.
If I didn't know the subject matter, why is he so interested to talk
It's
to
an
me?
attack of character.
Look, if I didn't know the subject matter, why would someone be foolish to talk to me then?
Because you're an idiot.
What are you
And people will
talking
refute you
about?
easy.
Look,
What's the topic?
now that's not ad hominem. That's not
No,
insulting
I'm not
character.
saying your argument is wrong, I'm saying you're an idiot.
Okay, he's just calling me an idiot, right? And we have now a Christian apologist,
20 times
wannabe. He
get
wants
one
to.
of him.
He wants to debate with idiots. Wow.
No, I want to debate with very best.
All right.
Are you a man of knowledge?
So
On this
now,
topic, are you a man of
my
knowledge?
final question.
Are you a man of
All you gotta
knowledge?
do is
Chris,
tell us what
you're a
the
man of
topic
knowledge.
is.
Chris, my final question.
What do you want to debate?
My final question.
Mansur,
My
what's
final
the
question to you. Are you
topic?
listening?
Never answered a single one
Are
of
you
my
listening to my final question?
You can't debate me, can you?
Are you listening to my final question? My final question is,
Terrified of debate.
when it comes
This is your day.
to when it comes to the dating of manuscripts, do we take the mean, median, or average?
What is a palimpsest?
I'm asking you the question.
Look guys, is this what you want? Is this really what you want? Or do you want an actual argument? Do you want an actual argument?
Stop.
He won't
Do
debate.
you know Jay Smith made the blunder, and he's going to learn from him,
You've
right?
made blunders.
Right.
This man has been on
Okay.
camera.
Okay.
Said no Quran differs, letter by letter,
Excuse me?
word by word. That's a
So
lie.
when it comes
and
to
he knows it's a lie.
so when it
Wanna
comes
talk about
to
it? Let's talk about the
radiocarbon dating,
Let's talk about the Quran.
when it comes to the
What do you think about
radiocarbon
this? What do you think
dating,
about this?
do we take the
a
mean,
palimpsest?
the median,
What's a
the average?
palimpsest?
What do we take? What do you take?
All the modes.
Okay. So have you heard him? Excuse me.
There you are.
Wait.
There you are then. There you are.
Okay. 5 minutes
They
is
use
over.
trickery,
One
and
second.
they target those
Wait.
who are new to the corner.
Excuse me.
This is the example of the
Okay.
da'i.
Chris,
You won't engage with me.
did you answer any of my questions?
Did you answer any of mine?
Yeah, it's true. You know what?
Okay.
Question.
I literally
Okay.
gave you an argument.
Do you want me to answer your questions?
Right, yeah, here we go.
Good.
First one.
Before you stop. Before you do that, remember what we agreed on? I said.
I never agreed on anything.
Okay,
I just don't want to debate.
Wait. Before I debate anyone, I try to establish whether the person knows the subject matter or not. Did I not say that to you?
Really?
Thank you.
come to the conclusion
Now,
it's an expert.
and then,
You've come to the conclusion.
stop, don't interrupt. And then, I said the reason why I don't want to debate Chris is because he doesn't know the subject matter. Did I say that?
What's the subject?
You're
Thank you.
attacking my
I said
character
right,
and
right.
not addressing the
And then what I
arguments that
said.
I've made.
Now let us debate for 5 minutes to establish.
We haven't debated.
Wait,
We haven't even debated.
please,
You
be
just
fair.
said-
Be fair. What did I say? I'm going to establish.
You
Do you know what I said? It's all on tape. I said I am going to establish whether Chris knows about the subject matter. Did I not say that? Did I not say that?
Why don't you just argue? Why do you
Sorry,
debate?
did I not say that?
So we can find out.
Hang on. Did I not say that? Yes, I did. So now I asked him 3 questions. Hang on, please. Sorry, I apologize. I asked him 3 questions to establish whether he knows the subject matter. I asked him about BP and 1950, year 1950.
What's a palimpsest?
Hang on. I asked him. Look. I asked him that. Right. Then I asked him. Stop.
Who knows the most terminology?
Hang on.
That's the argument.
Stop. It's not about argument.
Wait, by your logic then, if you
And
can't
then I
answer
asked
the question,
him,
you are not a
what is the
person of
difference
knowledge.
between 1 sigma and 2 sigma? The third question I asked him, when it comes to dating,
Debating me. Debating me.
listen,
Debating the girl.
and when it comes to dating,
Can't debate me.
dating,
You don't know.
do we take, okay, hang on. Wait, okay. Answer my 3 questions and I'll answer yours.
No, I'm not playing this. Answer these 3 questions.
No, answer my 3 questions and I'll answer
I gave you a
yours.
technical
Look,
topic.
I will answer his questions if he answers my 3 questions
Wait,
first.
his argument is because I can't give an answer for a technical definition, therefore I'm not willing to
Not
debate.
definition.
I gave the same to you.
Not
you also
definition.
can't meet it.
Not
By your same
definitions.
logic, he
Look.
himself is not worthy of debating this topic.
Chris, I said to all the cameras, I will, God willing, answer his questions only provided that he answers my questions. Right. So now answer the question number 1.
No, you answer my
Why
question.
do we use 1950 year?
Why is a palimpsest?
Hang on. I said I will answer.
Answer now.
No, I will answer only if he answers mine.
Stop waffling.
Do you know your... Okay,
Listen, I don't care.
Do you know the answer to my question?
That's not essential to my argument.
Do you know the answer to my question?
I'm not interested in attacking your character. I'm interested.
Do you know the answer to my question?
Why are you only interested in attacking my character?
I haven't attacked your character.
You literally said, I don't think he's even worth debating. Here's how I'm going to evaluate that it's not even worth debating.
So do you know the subject matter?
Attack on me.
Do you know the subject matter?
Why don't you just debate me?
Okay. Do you know the subject? Do you know the subject?
I did after you said this debate on many times.
Do you know the principles of radiocarbon dating?
Listen, I want to debate.
Do you know the principles of radiocarbon dating?
You know what palimpsest is?
I'm asking you, Chris. You're not asking me what I know. I'm asking you what you know.
Yeah, because heaven forbid I ask you a question as well, and then people realize
the
you don't know
dispute is whether you know the subject matter or not. Not
Mansur is
me.
going to go home and he's going to Google what a palimpsest is.
Chris, do you know the principles of radiocarbon dating?
Why don't you debate my argument?
Do you know the principle of radiocarbon dating?
Why don't you debate my argument?
Okay. So now you don't know. Okay, I'm making a claim. He doesn't know.
What a palimpsest is.
He doesn't know what a BPA is.
What a palimpsest is.
Okay. Does he know what?
What's a palimpsest?
Does he know the principles?
answered twice.
Listen. Listen. Because this discussion and debate was about whether Chris even knows about the subject matter, so he needs to demonstrate that. He needs to demonstrate that.
When it was discovered.
Do you know the principles? Do you know the principles?
Focus on him.
Do you know the principles? Do you know? Now, it is evidently clear that he doesn't know anything about
That means that you can destroy him.
Convince Steve. I convinced Steve. This is how I know you will never debate me because you will never ever win a debate.
Answer my question.
Never win a debate. What's a palimpsest?
Answer the question.
You will never win a debate.
Answer the question.
You have demonstrated you don't have knowledge. And you
Answer.
have demonstrated you are afraid of debate.
Chris.
If you weren't, you would have just debated me.
I am afraid of
Every
debating.
opportunity.
Who doesn't know the subject matter? Excuse me. You want to go behind the camera? Are you? Thank you. Okay, Chris. Stop that. Okay, Chris, did I say to you, are you listening? Did I say to you, I will answer your questions only answer my questions. So now, answer my first question. What is...
Am I a mastermind? I don't need to answer these questions.
You need to answer.
I need to
because you haven't got a clue about radiocarbon dating.
I literally gave you...
You haven't got a clue. Radiocarbon dating.
I told you,
you haven't got a clue about radiocarbon dating.
The material or the ink is dated based on the levels of carbon.
Anyone who knows about radiocarbon dating, listen.
Won't address it.
Okay. Anyone who knows about radiocarbon dating should know this difference between 1 sigma and 2 sigma. What is the difference? What is the difference? Chris, what is the difference between 1 sigma and 2 sigma?
What's a palimpsest?
Anyone who is sincere and genuine and knowledgeable about the subject matter of carbon dating should say, yeah, let me tell you about 1 sigma and 2 sigma. The 1 sigma is
sincere about the same topic would know what a palimpsest is, so answer.
Listen,
answer.
Are you trying to ascertain my knowledge on the subject, or am I trying to ascertain your knowledge?
I'm trying to ascertain yours as well as you're trying to ascertain
No, the debate wasn't for that. The debate we started from, watch the tape. The debate we started to see whether you know the subject matter, Chris.
You target those who are new in the faith.
Chris.
You don't go for people who are knowledgeable.
Chris, when it comes to radiocarbon dating, do we take the median date?
What's a palimpsest?
This has nothing to do with religion.
You literally have no idea.
A palimpsest. Okay. Educate me.
You're too much.
Educate me. Go on. Educate me.
You don't know.
No, educate me. Educate me.
You don't know.
I don't think you know either. Educate me.
Do you want me to do it? Alright, here we go. A palimpsest is the underlying written text that's underneath an overlaying text on a manuscript. That's what a palimpsest is.
Okay. So wait. So a palimpsest. Okay. Hang on.
Guys. Come on.
Wait. So now.
You.
Good. So,
can we now have a debate?
Wait.
Can we now have a debate?
So you have educated me. Hang on.
Have I proved I know enough?
No.
Oh no!
You ready?
I didn't meet.
You ready?
I lost a mastermind with Mansur.
So, because now you're ready to prove to me, now tell me, when it comes to radiocarbon dating, do we take the median date?
This has nothing to do
We could have had.
Do we take the median date?
30-minute debate by now.
Listen,
We could have had a debate.
What's the guy?
I don't care. Look, dude.
okay. Do we take the median date?
He knows he's going to lose.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Quran. Let's talk about Solomon.
So
Now that you're a palimpsest.
I watched one of your debates with a Muslim. Listen,
You did. When?
when I watched
It's an
it,
attack on me again.
listen.
It is an attack
Listen.
on me. I have a funny feeling it's an attack on me.
I'm just telling you what I listened to.
Alright, okay.
So I listened to you talking about how we date through radiocarbon dating. And Chris, and you talked about median date. So now, can you educate me? Do we take the median dates when it comes to radiocarbon dating?
Why don't you talk about the argument that I made?
This debate is
Can you educate me?
The Birmingham portfolio
Can you-
has a radiocarbon
Chris,
dating that precedes Muhammad.
Chris, this discussion will settle that you have no clue what you're talking about. So educate me now on number 2
Right.
question.
I made my
Do we
argument.
do we
Let me
take
make-
the median date?
Let me make my argument.
Chris,
He won't let you make it.
when it comes to dating, radiocarbon dating, do we take the average?
Dude,
Do we take the average?
You're playing this whole...
No, I'm asking you. Do you know about it?
You didn't know what a palimpsest was.
When did I say I didn't know?
You literally went, what is it then?
No,
I had to tell you and you went, okay.
I asked you to educate me, right?
You didn't know, my
No.
friend.
I wanted to establish whether you knew. So now I want to know whether you know about radiocarbon dating.
Right. So I just...
When it comes to, let me ask you again, one more time. When we take the date. Okay, last time then.
Can
Very
I make
good.
an argument finally?
Okay.
I want to
Now,
make an argument.
how do we date?
Listen.
How do we date?
listen.
Which date do we take?
Listen.
Which date?
Radiocarbon...
Chris, which date do we take when it comes to radiocarbon dating?
Must match, not Tinder.
Which date do we take? Which date do we take?
Listen, carbon dating gives you a range, yes?
And which date do we take?
Listen. You can
Listen
take,
carefully. Listen carefully.
Of that range, yes, there is a earliest range and a latest range. And this is up for debate based on what you're actually measuring.
What does it
For
mean?
example, the Birmingham portfolio measured the parchment.
Now, what does it mean?
Measured the ink.
What does it mean, earlier and later range?
You can take,
What does it mean?
You can take any point between these 2 dates. Now, you could take an average if you wanted to. That might be a good
What do the scholars do?
Well, you can take an average, that'd be one method.
What do the scholars do?
A scholar will take this into account as one of the accurate ways.
What date do the scholars take?
Another way of dating manuscript.
What date do the scholars
give
take?
you an answer.
Okay, listen.
So, the Hijazi script is one of the earliest forms of Arabic script that we know. That's why when we look at things that are in the Hijazi script, like the Birmingham portfolio manuscripts are, we know they're early. Combined with the radiocarbon date, we can give a range. Now, the range by carbon dating is between 570 and 645. That's a problem because if you take the early range, that means before Muhammad had a revelation in the Hira cave. That will mean the Islamic narrative is false. That's my argument. Now, address that argument.
What date?
After making
Listen.
us wait 30 minutes.
Wait. Chris.
Do you want to address my
So, listen carefully now.
You said you only
So-
could answer it after one.
No. We have asked that. Right. So now,
address my argument.
you talked about
I said something.
Chris,
Response.
the earlier range and the later range.
Right.
What do they mean?
There are the possible ranges of which from that test, and the test can be wrong because you can do multiple carbon dating tests.
No, what does it-
also depends. I'm literally explaining what.
Oh, you explain it. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so again, there are different tests that you can do, and some will give different results. But the general premise is that you can say that this is evidence for a particular range dating. Yes. Okay. Understand that?
So
right. So one of them.
Look, clarify to me. Educate me on this.
Right.
So can we take any date from
Why am I
this range?
teaching this guy? I just wanted to debate.
Hey.
Now he's like,
Chris,
PowerPoint.
Chris,
so let's just start doing a PowerPoint presentation.
Chris, can we take any date from the range?
You could take anything from there as being a potentiality, yes.
Yeah. So what about taking the middle range at the middle?
You could do that, yes.
Yeah. What do the scholars do?
Listen, well, it depends, because certain scholars...
Any scholar.
So, for example, there are Islamic scholars that don't like
any
listen
scholar.
to what I'm saying. So, the Uthmanic copy came from when? Do you know this? Where did Uthman produce his Uthman
So when it comes to
copy?
taking the date... When it comes to the dates, the scholars take... Wait. When the scholars take the dates...
When was the Uthmanic copy?
Chris, listen. When we date any Quranic manuscripts or any manuscripts, radiocarbon dating... Careful.
When was the Uthmanic
Listen,
copy?
I am answering.
Okay, tell me.
Right, listen. Move back a little bit. Okay. So when we have
Use that every time.
So when we have the scholars, do they take the median date at the middle?
Well, no, you can take any point within that range.
I'm asking you, do the
You
scholars...
can take any point. So, for example,
Listen, Chris.
you still haven't answered my question.
Can I clarify my question to you? Is that okay?
Well, you should answer mine.
Is that okay to clarify the question?
I asked you about Uthman,
Like,
because that was
do the scholars, Chris, do the scholars take a median dating?
There are different ways you can do it.
I'm asking you.
One way is you can take
Name me a scholar who takes the average.
You can do that.
Name me a scholar who does.
You can do that. I'm telling you.
Name me a scholar who says you can.
There are other scholars that take other parts within that date. You
Name me a
understand?
scholar who can.
Dude, that's not my argument.
Wait.
No.
What I'm establishing, Chris, perhaps you didn't know, because this is being on tape. So
Well, you don't know a lot of things. You don't know what palimpsest is. You know when Uthman put his...
I didn't say I didn't know about palimpsest.
No, you waited till I told you, and then you went, oh...
No, I wanted you to tell me. Likewise,
you are
likewise, Chris.
so shifty.
Listen, Chris. Likewise, I want you to tell me what the scholars say about taking the median.
There are some scholars
Like
that
who?
will take any point.
Like who?
Dr. I can't remember. I can't pronounce the name.
Try again. Google it or take on your notes, because I want to have that scholar.
Wait, listen.
I want to know the scholar who says you can take one date from that range.
I'm not making that argument.
No. You said you understand radiocarbon dating.
Yeah.
There are scholars who will take one particular
There are
date.
also scholars that won't.
Wait. I want to talk about...
Dude, you can't make me say something I'm not saying.
Why are you watching TV?
I'm telling
No,
you.
I want to know,
Okay,
Chris,
can I make an argument?
I want to know which scholar...
can't make an argument.
No, you can, but I want to know first of all. Which scholar, please tell me. The whole world
not
want to know.
interested on being on your question show.
Which scholar says it's okay to take one date within this range?
Scholars have a varied opinion about what point you take the date. Do you understand?
Can you take any one date from this?
Within the range, yes, because it's within the range of the carbon dating. As long as it doesn't contradict other evidence.
Sure.
For example, the Hijazi script, yes? We know the Hijazi script.
Stop.
Listen, no, I need to give an answer.
Before you answer...
I can't give an answer to you.
Before you answer...
No, let me answer. Okay.
Answer. Please answer.
The Uthmanic copy, do you know when that came about?
Educate me. Right, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to let you ask, because I don't think you know.
Carry on.
And I'm
Tell me.
sick of having to, like...
Tell me.
I'm sick of
Tell me.
saying I don't know
Tell me.
things.
Tell me, what is it?
And then, no, I'm not telling you. I already told you what the
Okay,
concept
so you don't want to tell me?
You don't know.
You don't want to tell me, that's fine.
All right,
so let me...
I will tell you.
Okay,
Go on,
don't tell me. No, you tell me.
It's his own religion.
Okay, so now...
He won't tell me his own religion.
Chris,
all right, okay.
so which scholar takes one date from this range?
Because of the date of the Uthmanic copy, this is difficult because it falls outside that range given by the carbon dating. This makes it problematic because if you take any point within that range, you're now having to say that there was a copy of the Quran that predates the Uthmanic copy, which does not accord with the traditional Islamic view. That's my argument. Okay. Now,
So, wait. I'm going to address your argument. Firstly, how can I address an argument which is faulty? Let me tell you why.
Why is it faulty?
I'm going to tell you.
Mate, it took us half an hour.
Look, I'm going to tell you what's faulty. You have just demonstrated that you have no understanding of what radiocarbon dating is. And now let me tell you why.
Dude, you don't know what a concept is. Like, why are we doing this?
Hang on. Wait, I'm going to demonstrate to you. I'm not attacking your character.
Logic.
I'm demonstrating you're ignorant about it.
Right, so again, attacking my character.
That's not attacking character. If you demonstrate I don't know something about something, it doesn't mean you're attacking my character.
Of course it does. You're saying that you won't debate me because you're saying I don't know enough. That's an attack on my character.
No, that's not an attack on anything.
Yes, it is.
So here it is. So tell me again, name me one scholar that you remember, or you can pull up, that can take one date. Let's say they take, okay, I'm going to take the date.
Do you know the ranges?
Sorry.
Do you know the ranges?
I'm speaking now. Name me one scholar who can say, I'm going to take the date of 650 as the date of that manuscript. Just one date. Wait. Remember what he said? You can take anything on that range, right? Right.
That's not in the range.
Wait.
Do you know what the ranges are?
Imagine you have 500 and 700.
He never answered.
Listen.
He's actually answered the question.
Chris, I'm answering. Give me the range. No.
I'm not good. No, he's asking me for the range.
Okay, let me give you the range.
Okay, yeah.
Hypothetically, hypothetically, if you have a manuscript dated between 500 and 700,
tell me the range of the carbon dating of the
listen, Chris.
Tell me the date.
Listen, I'm establishing principles.
He's establishing principles.
Yes. So if you have a manuscript that has a range between 500 and 700,
That's not the carbon dating.
You weren't going to ask this question.
listen.
20 minutes ago.
Do you know carbon dating? Do you know this stuff?
What do you say?
Well, given that you didn't know what a palimpsest was.
When did I say I didn't know what palimpsest?
I had to tell you.
No, I asked you to define it. Does that mean I didn't know? When a teacher asks you what is a palimpsest, Chris says the teacher doesn't know. Well done, well done, well
You have to
done.
ask the students.
Okay, Chris. Now, when you have a manuscript, give me a dating of any manuscript. Give me the range of any
I
manuscript.
think you can't actually address that.
Hang on, give me a dating of any range. Give me any range. Go on.
I'm going to tell you. You should already know because you're supposed
Listen,
to be a higher person.
I am going to demonstrate to you,
Attacked my character.
Chris. If you have a range,
Tell me the range.
Chris,
Chris. Tell me.
a scholar.
Look at those cameras. Okay, hold them. Don't get your phone out.
No, I want to show you something. I want to show you a video.
His phone out.
I'm going to show you a video. Do you know video? Sure.
I've been telling him, listen.
Wait.
What are you Googling? What are you Googling?
I'm not Googling. So now, about radiocarbon dating, people. Look, listen. Silence,
Is this
please,
your
silence.
video?
No, it's not my video. Scholars. So now I'm going to show it
He's
to you.
appealing to scholars because he himself admits
No.
he's lacking knowledge.
I am going to now.
Apparently, I don't know enough.
Chris, for the record, I'm going to get the scholars refuting you. I'm going to get the scholars refuting you.
Refuting what?
Refuting your ignorance about radiocarbon
All I've
dating.
literally said is that here are the dates for the particular carbon dating of the Roman.
Which is what?
I'm not telling you because I don't think you know.
Oh, you don't remember?
I've literally said it like 3 times.
What was it? What was it?
You don't know.
No, tell me, what was it?
The dating.
Okay.
He's telling me I'm
Chris,
ignorant. He doesn't know.
Chris,
Can't answer a single
do you know Haytham Sidki? And do you know Gabriel Reno?
Keep asking him, do you know?
Do you know him?
Mate, you can't answer my questions. Why should I answer yours?
Fine. Those of you,
Asking you, do you know?
those of you who are interested in radiocarbon dating, ICSA, International Quranic Studies Association, invited a scholar, and invited by who? Gabriel Said Reynolds, a Christian scholar.
You address my.
I'm addressing. Listen carefully, I'm addressing.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
And for people like yourself, very knowledgeable, egotistic, right? Good. People like you.
You're apparently amazing up there.
Listen.
Mister, I don't know what a palimpsest is.
Chris, listen. He's addressing the precise question that I was addressing. That do you know how which date we take? You said there are some scholars who will take one particular date in the middle or anywhere in the range. Did you not say that?
It's important to understand.
Did you not say that?
My argument is this. Mansur. The Uthmanic copy came about at a particular time.
We are talking about.
Listen, it's important.
Okay.
But dating does not cover that. In other words, if you accept the carbon dating, you have to accept that there were copies of the Quran that came about before the Uthmanic recension. That is my argument.
Okay. In response, I'll address it. Listen.
Finally.
What I'm addressing is this principle.
Do I know what the...
Chris, I'll address it. Firstly, the manuscripts that you're referring to is which one? Which one?
Of what surahs? I've said it many times.
Wait. Surah 20?
Yes, that's one. What are the others?
Ah, Surah 20 dated. Right.
What's the other?
Do you know which labs they're dated in?
I don't think he actually knows.
Okay. Do you know which labs dated them?
Dude.
Do you know this? Do you know?
Dude.
What do you know?
I keep asking him.
Do you know?
They were dated by Leon.
What
Wait.
surahs are they?
I'm going to tell you.
Tell me now.
Hang on. The manuscripts that we are talking about, dated by Oxford.
Okay, that's not an answer to my question.
Who dated them?
That's not an answer to my question.
No.
What surahs are we talking
You tell me.
about?
Tell me.
Why don't you
Tell me.
Is this the best you have?
You tell me. Wait. You tell me. Tell me.
No, you tell him.
I've already mentioned many times in this debate.
Rewind
the camera.
Which surah is
and I
it?
mentioned the surahs.
Which surah is Which surah was it? Okay. So you know what? I will find out later when I rewind. But what I want to ask you is, which labs dated it? Chris, I'm asking you a question. Which labs dated it? Which labs?
Why is it I have to jump through your hoops? But when I ask you questions about it, I don't know.
In the principle of radiocarbon dating, do you know it's important to know which labs dated
I think
it?
you've shown that you yourself...
Do you know it is important to know which labs dated it?
I had to tell you what a pharmacist was. You don't know when the Uthmanic copy came about. You don't know particular surahs which are in the Birmingham portfolio.
Did I ever say I didn't know?
I'm asking you, do you know?
Did I ask you? I do know.
You do know, then tell me.
No. Before I tell you, hang on.
Okay, he's going to tell me. He's going to tell me.
Before I tell him,
Okay, he's going to tell me.
is it important to know which labs dates which manuscripts?
Is it important to know which surahs are in the Birmingham portfolio?
What their shoe size is.
How does
Very important.
a content of a surah determine the age of a manuscript? Tell me.
No, because those particular surahs have particular content in it which copies previous stories found in other documents. Anyway,
So even listen.
Now,
Even if it's
answer
Surah
my
8,
question.
even if it was Surah 18, even if it's Surah 18,
which one?
I listen. What I'm telling you,
Tell me the surahs.
whenever we are dating a manuscript, whenever we're dating manuscripts, I'm asking you, is it important to know which labs dated it and why?
Why is that relevant?
Oh, I'm going to tell you. Because if you have a very bad laboratory,
Learn from your brother.
if you have a bad laboratory
Learn from your brother.
and it doesn't have the right quality standards,
You reject the carbon dating.
hey, listen. If you have a bad lab and it has no good quality standards, then this dating, the results, listen, the results will be rejected by scholars.
Do you reject the results?
Listen,
Very simple question.
the results.
Do you reject the results?
I'm answering. I'm going to answer.
Mate, you've been answering for this
I
entire
am
time, but you
answering.
still haven't answered.
If you're patient enough, I'll tell you.
Well, how long? It's been like, how long has it been?
Be patient then. So we have, for example.
You don't want to debate.
Okay.
You just want to waste time.
Okay. So now,
Waste time.
a particular manuscript, please, a particular manuscript, for example, of Sana,
Debate is a shame.
is dated.
Yes.
And it has several date ranges. Right. Do you know which labs dated it?
I know about the Sana manuscript.
Which labs dated it?
Rough dating of which is
Do
given.
you know which labs dated
Why
it?
is that relevant?
Walk away.
Because, as I mentioned to you, the quality of doing the experiment.
Do you reject the dating?
Scholars do.
So you do.
Scholars
I
do.
want to know your argument.
Okay, my argument is
Okay, finally.
the scholars will reject the dating if it's not coming from a reputable lab with good quality standards.
So you reject the Birmingham portfolio dating.
For example, when we dated the Sana manuscripts by Chris, I'm telling you, learn something now.
Yes
Learn
or no?
something now.
Just
By
yes or no,
Oxford,
Mansur.
by Zurich, by Lyon,
It doesn't matter. Just answer my
by
question.
Arizona. Do you know what scholars say? The scholars say.
What shoe size
The
is it?
scholars say there are datings produced by, for example, Lyon, which gives you an earlier dating